I'm Tanya Kerr with T. Kerr Property Group, and we love our clients. We love them so much. We want them to remain healthy. So today I have Dr. Medina with us. Now we just did a video, so if you haven't checked that one out, check that one out maybe first, and then come back to this one. That one's about morning routines and kind of getting your yearly goals in order. But Dr. Medina with For Healing Health is here, and we're going to be talking about the common cold, COVID, and the flu. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so I remember before the holidays, because you care about your people, you said, hey folks, lots of people are getting sick right now, and here's what you need to do to not get sick. And if you do get sick, here's what you need to do. And I did hear you, but I did not listen. And so I did get sick. And then I had to suffer through that. Yeah. So for those people that are fighting common colds or whatever, or just trying to stay well in this season where everybody's getting the Rona, what do they do? Tell us. What's the secret?
Yeah, what is the secret? So my advice is very different from what you get from typical public health government, right? Wash your hands, cover your face, and use antimicrobial stuff on your hands, right?
Okay.
That's basic rudimentary stuff. Really the things you want to do is focus on optimizing your immune system. How can you optimize your immune function to fight infection more effectively, right? Because getting sick is technically a sign of a healthy immune system, but how quickly we overcome the illness and how little severity we have of those symptoms is what we want to optimize, right? So if I can be out for a couple hours with a little cold and then the next day I'm back to action, that's great. That's ideal, right? So what can we do? First, through the holidays, avoid the excess alcohol, sugar, and desserts.
I'm out. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Because it's very customary during that time of the year for that to happen. Right?
Okay.
So that's the first one. And then the next ones are going to be optimize your nutrient deficiencies. So vitamin D, vitamin A, and vitamin C are absolutely beneficial and essential to a healthy functioning immune system.
Okay.
Right? So optimizing those values. Now, I won't talk about dosages because usually I don't recommend dosages unless I've run blood work and I know their history, but those are essential micronutrients. Now, from food, you can get a lot of those vitamins from food. Bone broth soups, making chicken noodle soup, right? Putting a whole chicken and letting the bones cook down.
Yeah.
Bones and bone marrow have a lot of vitamin D, vitamin A in there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay. So that's where from foods you can optimize a lot of those nutritional ingredients.
I have been taking vitamins, so that's a step in the right direction. I do have to tell you a quick story. So I am practicing right now. It's January, and I really care about my health, and I'm trying very hard to make some changes. And so I'm practicing dry January that may go further than that. Yeah. And the other day I went to a place and I told them, I said, hey, I'm practicing dry January. Can you make this non-alcoholic?
Yeah.
They brought it to me. About 30 minutes later, I was like, I think there was alcohol. They ruined my dry January.
Really?
They put alcohol in my non-alcoholic drink, which was not
okay. It took them half an hour to get it to you?
Yeah. I'm like, oh. So anyways, okay, so aside from vitamins, is there anything else that we can do? I know vitamin D we're all deficient in vitamin D.
Yeah, number one deficiency in the United States.
Why is that? Is it because we're not outside enough?
Yes.
Or okay.
Yeah, so we get it from the sun. And often people always tell me here in Austin especially, I'm out in the sun all the time because it's warm all through the summer. And I tell people our skin is essentially a solar panel, right? The more of the solar panel you expose to the sun, the more effectively you're going to convert vitamin D. Most of us are out in the sun exposing from here to here.
Yeah. And
maybe from the knees down. And that's essentially it. That's not enough to create enough vitamin D that we need. Okay. And the other source is liver, liver meat, and fatty fish.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah.
On
most people pass. Right? So the majority of us have to supplement vitamin D.
Okay. Do you recommend drops? Or does
drops,
it matter?
It doesn't really matter. Drops tend to be absorbed better, but it doesn't really matter that much.
Okay.
Yeah. And then other healthy stuff you can do, keeping consistent sleep routine, right? So getting to bed at the same time each night and then waking up at the same time each night. And then exercise. Exercise does strengthen the immune system and your immune response to illness. So that's very important as well.
Okay. What kind of exercise do you recommend? Out of curiosity.
It depends on the individual.
Okay.
I have my preferences, which are high intensity interval training, but not everybody likes that or can handle it. If you do like a boot camp style class and you feel wrecked for days and days and days, that's probably not the best exercise for you.
Okay.
Starting lower intensity, as easy as walks to yoga, and then building up would be a good progression.
I'm going to say something that I'm going to get some like hate letters for. I can't do yoga. I cannot.
Neither can I.
Cannot.
I cannot either.
It's they say be still, and I'm like, so
yeah.
So, anyways, it's a problem. Okay, so I also know that you are big into women's health, and that you have done a lot of studies. We have a mutual friend who you really identified a thyroid thing that was completely they didn't know about, which was awesome. So talk to me about what you do to help women make sure that they stay healthy and can live their best lives.
Absolutely. So women are a big market that we work with. And we market to them largely because they suffer a lot from autoimmune conditions, right? More proportionately than men do. And the biggest ones being thyroid issues, hormone imbalance issues, and then gut digestive issues.
Okay.
Those are the big ones.
You know, I'm giggling because I just told you, I was like, I think I'm too high on testosterone. I think I should get tested. So when I'm assuming blood work has to be done to identify all this?
Yes.
Okay. And so somebody could come to you and say, hey, here are my symptoms. And then you could get blood work and really dig into these.
Correct. Yeah. The list of symptoms will often give us pretty big indicators.
What are the symptoms? Let's do that.
Yeah.
What are the symptoms that a woman, if she hears this and she says, wait, that's me.
For what condition?
Let's go through them. Thyroid.
Okay.
I know hair, right?
Hair loss.
Okay.
Hair thinning, dry brittle hair, or hair falling out in clumps when you brush it.
Okay.
That's a pretty big common one. Inability to lose weight. So you might diet, you might exercise, and you cannot lose weight.
Okay.
Thyroid controls metabolism, so that's a big one.
Okay.
Constipation is another big one for women. Women tend to suffer from that a lot more in general, but the thyroid can contribute even more to that.
Okay.
And then anxiety, depression can be another big.
Here's the thing though, Dr. Medina, like all of those things that you're saying, if in the women listening, like we brush our hair and it just comes out. So then like judging what is like excessive is kind of hard because depending on even in the month, you'll like notice that more hair is falling out than other times. Yeah. So it's kind of hard.
It's absolutely. So when you start to notice thin spots on your scalp, then it's a bad sign. Okay. If it's growing like back just as quick as it's coming out, then that's more normal.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So then hormone issues. What are some things, maybe like a whisker here or there? What is a red flag?
Yeah. So again, it can be the weight gain, stubborn weight gain that you can't lose. Facial hair growth starts.
Yep. Okay.
That can be a stubborn one. Mood swings.
Okay.
Fatigue.
Okay.
Could be a big one as well. Let's see what else. Irregular cycles.
Okay.
Very painful cramping around cycles.
Okay.
Massive mood swings around cycles. So like getting depressed, severely depressed.
Okay.
Are all common signs. And then acne is another one. So for younger women who are the teens into early 20s, right? When they start getting hormonal acne, conventional medicine gives birth control to fix that, right? That's not a fix to the problem. It's a Band-Aid to the problem. The underlying issue is hormone imbalances. That needs to be assessed, and then it can be corrected through nutrition and diet. But it isn't done in conventional medicine.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. This might sound like a silly question, but let's say somebody has a hormone imbalance. Does their body ever just naturally balance it out, or do they always have to get some help to get balanced?
That's a good question. I think some women can balance it out. And that's when they start taking proactive steps to like their diet, eating more consistently, exercising, because all those are basic foundational steps to improving hormone balance.
Okay.
When they already do that and they continue to have imbalances, then they probably need additional help.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I have a girlfriend who I saw her, and then like 6 months later I saw her, and she walked up and I was like, what are you doing? And she said, I just got my hormones balanced. I mean, she looked completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Make a big difference.
Okay, and what was the other issue that we were talking about? So it was thyroid,
I
hormones.
think gut issues,
gut
digestive issues.
probiotics. Okay, what do we need to be doing?
So gut issues. So
Or actually, what are the symptoms that you need to be doing something?
yeah. So common ones, the most common ones, bloating, especially bloating after you eat. Now this is challenging because a lot of people don't realize they have bloating. They think they just feel full. But there's a difference between feeling full and feeling bloated, right?
Yeah.
So that traditional Thanksgiving dinner, I need to unbuckle my pants feeling,
Yeah.
that's bloating. That's not feeling full, satisfied after a meal.
Okay.
You can eat a meal, not need to unbuckle your pants, and still be able to go for a walk and feel good. That's normal full feeling,
Oh,
right? So if you feel bloated like that, that's not normal.
okay.
Indigestion, reflux, burping, gas buildup in the stomach, all those are pretty common signs that you need to do something.
Okay.
Now, I'll
What's
tell
the
you.
something?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, if you talk to your doctor about this in conventional medicine, oftentimes you're prescribed antacid medication, right? Which antacid medications aren't designed to be taken long term. They give short term relief, but long term use of antacids increase your risk for high blood pressure, for dementia, Alzheimer's, et cetera, right? But that's how it's used in the conventional medical model. What should be done is a deep dive into how your digestive system is working. And we have a whole systematic system that we assess that. But if you're producing enough hydrochloric acid in your stomach, is your gallbladder secreting bile enough to digest food? Is your pancreas secreting digestive enzymes to break down the food, right?
Wow.
And then what is the health and the status of your microbiome? So the balance between good and bad bacteria in your gut, right? That's where probiotics can come in, but there are prebiotics, there are postbiotics, there's prebiotic fibers that can be used. So it gets pretty comprehensive based on need.
That's cool. And I hear gut health plays a large part in mental acuity too.
Yes, mental acuity and your immune system again,
Yeah.
right? 70% of our immune system is found in the digestive tract.
Okay, cool. Well, I think this was fascinating. Thank you for sharing. So if there is a woman or a man, we love all of our people equally, but if there's somebody that needs your support to help figure out and it doesn't have to be with these issues, it could be with anything, but to figure out what's the root cause of their health issues or how can they increase their health, how can they reach you?
Absolutely. So we always offer a free 30-minute consultation to just come and chat, find out if we're a good fit for you. Our website is the number 4healinghealth.com. Our phone number is 512-641-4500. And you can call or you can text that number as well, and we can get you set up for that free consult.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Thank you.
Brought to you by T. Kerr Property Group.